I don't know if there is a cure for the Eagles' case of the dropsies. It hasn't gotten better. It's gotten progressively worse. 7 drops against the Carolina Panthers on Monday night, most since the Birds had 8 against the New York Giants in Week 2 of the 2006 season. The Eagles' run defense also allowed their first 100-yard rusher in 18 games, and all it added up to a 27-16 loss in Charlotte on Sunday night. Let's bring the fellas on. Jeremy Burton, Mike Owens, they're both here. Let's get right into it. Why was it a loss last night? Why did we lose that game?
Well, it's inconsistency again. That's really the word right now for this 2015 season, especially for the offense. It's just, they take 10 steps forward, and then it's 30 steps backwards. We just can't get anything going. Just no momentum. I mean, the offense is it's a mess right now. Every position really. Start with the quarterback position. Bradford has been he played all right in this game, but still there's some throws that he just is not making. And then you look at the receivers; they're not helping at all. I mean, you cannot drop the ball 7 times in a game and expect to win.
This game was so frustrating, man. I mean, like Mike said, you literally cannot drop the ball that much and think you're going to win. We always find a way, it seems, all these losses, we find a way to give the game away or find a way to lose. If it's not the drops, it's Sammy throwing red zone interceptions, it's we can't get the running game going. It's always something all year. Same mistakes. It's just like catching the ball. If you're a professional receiver, this is just something you should be able to do. It's inexcusable. The game was winnable. Carolina, I don't think, is as great as the record shows. Have really good defense, but that was a winnable game. Too many mistakes, and Chip Kelly's play calling is really, really getting old, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I mean, the disappointing thing about last night's game was the defense to me, because Jonathan Stewart just barreling through the Eagles' defense on first down. This was a problem. The Eagles' defense couldn't stop the Panthers on first down. It allowed the Panthers to continually be ahead of the chains for the duration of the game. Cam Newton was making some good throws. I know the numbers may not dictate it. He had 3 interceptions, but the Eagles made 3 great plays on the ball on those picks. He only had 197 yards or whatever it was. But I thought overall he made some throws, and the offense can't have 7 drops. It's that simple. You can't drop the football. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I mean, Jordan Matthews, you need to start catching the ball. Bradford had some throws, man, where the third down to Matthews, I mean, little outcut, got to catch the ball. Bradford had 2 in the end zone that were catchable. Jordan Matthews, you got a toe tap. I mean, we saw Devin Street toe tap in the end zone last night or yesterday against the Giants. So most receivers can do that. Josh Huff, you had 2 instances. You had one in the back of the end zone where you got to catch the ball. It was thrown perfectly. I mean, at least where you want it to be put. And the other one that really pissed me off was there was like a crossing route where he tried to make a kind of like a sliding catch, and he dropped the ball. And immediately after dropping the ball, he turns to the refs looking for a flag, which is just unacceptable, because if you just catch the goddamn ball in the first place, you don't have to call for a flag. But yeah, I mean, pissed off at these Eagles receivers, and it honestly it's going back. It goes back to Chip. But yeah, we'll talk about that right now, I guess. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, Macklin leaving and going to Kansas City is a huge factor right now. It's really hurting the Eagles. I didn't think that I would ever be saying this coming into the season, but I mean, Jordan Matthews is killing us. He's just absolutely killing us. And for him to be our number 1 receiver and have a number 1 receiver drop so many passes, you just can't have it. You're not going to win games like this. So I mean, right now you're talking about our best receivers being Miles Austin and Riley Cooper. And if you would have said coming into the year that was going to be the case, then I would have told you we would be in some serious trouble. And it looks like we might be that way because these receivers got to find a way to catch the ball. We talked about how the wild card might be Josh Huff this year. Well, Josh Huff is just not doing anything. I mean, this guy is just dropping passes like Adrian talked about in the end zone. The guy just doesn't show up. It's not good at all. I mean, not good news, especially with Aguilar hurt. He didn't even play last night. So there's a lot of issues right now with these wide receivers.
Yeah, I still think it comes down to Chip. Chip, the GM, is handcuffing Chip, the head coach, with his personnel decisions, and we really miss Macklin. I would have traded I would have kept Macklin and instead of signing DeMarco Murray in a heartbeat. I think we would have been fine with Ryan Matthews and Sproles and like a Kenyon Barner, and then we would have Macklin and Matthews out there. Pay him the extra couple million. Maybe Matthews can't really hack it as a true number one receiver. He needs another guy out there. And I think it is getting to Matthews mentally now with these drops. I mean, because catching the ball is one of the easiest things you can practice, and it's just like, all right, how many times do you want to stand on the jug machine and catch 200 balls a day? What's it really going to do? I mean, you're an NFL receiver. You gotta catch the ball. Can't really put it on Bradford. He was putting the ball there, receivers getting two hands on the ball. It's like inexcusable. We're just finding a way to lose games, and it's just if Chip doesn't get it together after the bye week, we're looking at missing, being home watching the playoffs and not watching our team.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I have to say about the receivers. I came into the year and I had them ranked, I believe, 26 in the NFL. They're worse than that. They're worse than 26. Because Jordan Matthews has underperformed, and the two wild cards this year have not really done much. You had Josh Huff and Nelson Aguilar. Aguilar, after the bye, I would kind of force feed him the ball a little bit, see what he can do. You got to figure out something. And this all goes back to Chip because he's the one who drafted Josh Huff. He's the one who drafted Nelson Aguilar, and they haven't produced yet. So, if you make the proper decisions in the draft, then you can let a guy like Macklin walk as long as one of those guys comes up and produces. But neither has produced, and that's been the problem, I think, with the wide receiving core in general.
Yeah, well, Aguilar right now, it's really a big disappointment because when they drafted him in the first round, you were expecting him to come in and produce right away, and up to this point in the season, he's really done nothing. So, like you were saying, Adrian, I think when Aguilar comes back from the injury, I think that they're just going to have to throw in the ball. Even if this guy is dropping it, they don't have too many other options right now. So, I mean, Aguilar showed in the preseason that he's got the potential. So, they're going to see if he can do something because I can tell you that Josh Huff is he's not going to get it done. I mean, he's in his second year now, and he's really showed nothing in this 1 year plus. So hopefully Aguilar can step up, but right now it's not looking good.
It's really not looking good. I mean, I agree that'd be great if we can, kind of design some plays for Aguilar, maybe see what he can do, but you can't ask for instant production from a rookie. He's still a rookie receiver, and he's coming off an injury, and I just don't see it. I think you gotta get production from guys like Jordan Matthews, and he can't. He's proven he's had 67 grabs last year. He's got 49 catches this year. He's on 39 or 49 catches. He's on pace for like over 80 catches this year. Still not for so many yards, but Matthews has still got to be the guy I think that has to turn this around and continue to get the running game going. That'll help take pressure. Help set up the pass. You just gotta produce, man, and hold on to the ball. We lost that game because of the drops. You catch half of those drops, especially maybe one of the two of those touchdowns, and it's a different ball game.
Yeah, I mean, Matthews is definitely the key. The thing about Aguilar is I want to see him get targeted a little bit, because I'd like to see him get, I don't know, five to 10 targets a game. He doesn't even seem to get that sometimes. And you don't have anything else behind him, so you're kind of forced into trying to get him the ball a little bit. Now, I want to pose this question because you got a bye week now. Do you maybe ring up a phone in the NFL landscape? Maybe call up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maybe you bring in Vincent Jackson or something. Maybe you can get a wide receiver in a trade. What do you guys think? Let me pose the question.
Well, I can tell you that it's not going to happen. Knowing Chip Kelly, he's not going to. There's no way that's happening. I mean, he believes in his guy. So yeah, no, it's not going to happen. But honestly, I mean, unless they made some type of trade, that would be the only way they would get someone. I don't think there's anyone out there that would just give them a wide receiver.
Hell, I'll take anybody.
Mm.
give me anybody, man. But I agree with Mike. I don't think. I mean, the trade deadline I think is like what, November 3rd or something. That's sometime next week. So I mean, is he really gonna such short notice? And yeah, that's another thing. His ego, is going to get in the way because he picked these guys. These are his guys he drafted. This is who he wanted to go in the season with. I don't see him making. That'll make him look bad. That'll make him look like, oh, I didn't, bring the right guys in the season. Now I'm scrambling to trade for somebody. No, I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to do it, it was weeks ago. Because like Jeffrey was the name that people were talking about, or not even like a big name, just like somebody to give the core a boost. But yeah, it is kind of too late for that because you got to remember that the receivers got to come in here and build a rapport with the quarterback, and that's just not going to happen in that amount of time unless you really do bring in a guy like Jackson or something. Just go tell him run go routes and go get the ball. Yeah. So let's move on. I mean, I guess we talked about Brad for a little bit, but here's what I want to say about him. Mr. Sammy Spaghetti is I'm going to start calling him now. All right. Donovan McNabb in 2000. We talk about Bradford, how he doesn't have receivers, but think about this. There's a lot of mixed opinions on McNabb within the Eagles nation, but think about who he had in 2000. This was his second year in the league. He had Nate Brown, Torrance Small, Charles Johnson, and Damian Douglas, and he was able to win with these receivers. That's because Donovan McNabb was a pretty damn good quarterback. He doesn't get credit for it sometimes, but and you compare that here to Sam Bradford and the receivers that he has right now. It's almost somewhat comparable. So you can make as many excuses as you want, but Bradford does have to play better the second half of the year if the Eagles want to win some games. Because right now the ceiling that I'm seeing is he could be like a top 10 to top 20 guy. His ceiling is basically like if you compare it to the Carson Palmer situation, that's his ceiling. But right now he's not showing that he can be a top 10 guy. So are we going to settle with that? What do you guys think about Bradford?
Well, it's an unfortunate situation that we're in. I mean, it's either Bradford or Sanchez. It's not looking good either way. So I mean, no, I mean, the thing with Bradford is the thing that I'm really worried about right now is his pocket presence.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that concerns me after watching last night's game. The thing that's really even more frustrating about that is that he showed last night that he does have the ability to run the ball. He can run the ball and get a key first down for you. So I think a lot of these situations, he's going to have to learn how to step up in the pocket, how to learn when to run the ball, how to learn how to not take a big sack. He's really taking some key sacks right now. He's not getting the ball out fast enough. I mean, in his defense, he actually played pretty well last night, but the drop just absolutely killed his stats and his rating. But going forward, the key is going to be him. He has to find a way to limit these interceptions. His interception last night really wasn't on him, but still, he's got to find a way. He can't be turning the ball over. And the other thing is they got to find a way to get touchdowns in the red zone.
Hey, you guys forgot about Thad Lewis. Well, it's not just Sanchez as an option. You got Thad Lewis too. But no, as far as Bradford goes, look, he's got the worst QBR in the entire league. And that's facing less pressure than 27 other quarterbacks. He's in the top 5 and facing the least amount of pressure. He only sees pressure on 17% of his dropbacks. So that's kind of scary, and it just shows like the epitome of mediocre. I haven't seen anything, from Bradford to see that this great potential and all that was hyped up for. His demeanor in the pocket and just he would have been helped with if it wasn't for all the drops last night, and he actually kind of was somewhat efficient last night. He's putting the ball on the money most of the time. But that's one time. That's one game. The other games, will have the red zone picks, and the other game, he'll have. He's just been too inconsistent for me to be sold on him making a run. I mean, he just looks very, very mediocre to me, and I have zero confidence in him. We started. If we were down by 6 points and we have to go 90 yards. In a 2-minute drill, I have zero confidence in that we will win the game.
Well, that did happen last night. They had the opportunities with, you're down by 8 and to go drive for a touchdown. Unfortunately, the offensive line, pass protection really broke down, and you had the drops by Austin and Ertz, I believe. So those were killer. But yeah, that situation came, and I didn't really have confidence in the Eagles' offense that they were going to go drive the length of the field, especially the way Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly were playing last night. I didn't have that confidence.
Yeah, well, it's hard to have confidence when they don't throw the ball down the field.
Yeah.
It was going to be impossible for them to make that drive, considering that. I don't know what their longest pass ended up being, but it wasn't very long. It was all the checkdowns the entire night, and it just got back into that situation where they're not taking any shots deep down the field. And in order for them to win going forward, they're going to have to do it. If they don't, then this is what they're going to be stuck with, these horrible offensive performances.
I think there was a pass for like 27 yards or something. I believe that was the longest of the night. But no, it's you can't win football games. With the way he's playing, and now we got potential injury to Jason Peters, the back spasm. They said he's going to be okay after the bye, but still, the offensive line is, we know we've been riddled with injuries, and that's a big part of keeping Sam upright. But it just doesn't seem like he's. I just hate his demeanor. I really do. I just don't like him very much anymore. That's just me.
Oh, Sammy Sleeves, man. Yeah, let's talk about some of the play calling, because the one that really pissed me off was the 3rd and 9, and you're calling a screen pass to Josh Huff, and this was after a timeout too, and there was a lot of this.
That was awful. Oh my god. That was. I hated that. After a timeout, you throw that when you got Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis who just sniff out these. They live to sniff out these screens. There was one play where like Kuechly actually was like the far linebacker and overtook Thomas Davis and to make a tackle. Like that just shows how all over the field he was. It's just so predictable when Sammy throws those screens too. He just looks right at him and you know what he's doing.
Yeah, that was definitely a play call that I think Chip Kelly wants back. He said after the game that, well, obviously it didn't work because the blocking wasn't there, but that play was just set up to fail from the beginning. First off, you're running that play with Josh Huff. The chances of that play happening are not very high. There was definitely a different play to be run in that situation. I mean, geez, they could have even ran the ball. I would have been better off with a run than that's a stupid play call.
And we've seen a lot of this sometimes with Chip against the better defenses. He plays well. His play calling is very very conservative at times, and we talk about how the balls that Chip has during the offseason making all these moves, but sometimes his balls they shrink when he plays a good defense, and his play calling is very peculiar. He gets very soft, and it. I will say this, it's hard to throw the ball deep when you don't have a guy that can go deep, and you have a defense that has Josh Norman on it. He's completely blanketing one side of the field, but man, third and 9, you call a screen pass, and there was like 3 or 4 other instances of this, and I mean it's just unacceptable. I don't know what to tell you. I mean this is like. Against Seattle, he was like this. And last season, there are games when he plays a really good defense, and he comes up small with his play calling.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to pick up a third down when you start the play by throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, it's tough to pick up a first down that way. You know, I would have been happy even if they would have, got 7 or 8 yards. It would have ended up short instead of that play call. So that was really bad. Especially, I mean, after a timeout, you have time to think about it. Just really bad. Yeah, this was not a good game for Chip Kelly. Even with the timeouts, the timeout situation, it almost felt like an Andy Reid game again. Timeouts at just really weird, odd times of the game where we didn't need to take a timeout. We even took a timeout once when the Panthers were setting up for a punt, and somehow we didn't have our punt coverage out there.
Yeah, that back to that 3rd and 9 screen. The only time I can see that being called on a 3rd and 9 is if you're gonna go for it on 4th down and make an easier 4th down like conversion. Get a few handful of yards. But I mean, you were close. You were like around the red zone, so it was a joke.
I mean, you called the screenplay, and all it did was set up a 50-yard field goal for Caleb Sturgis, which he missed. So, like, just very, very peculiar all the way around. It pisses me off, actually. You're calling a screen so you can set up a 50-yard field goal attempt for Caleb Sturgis. Like what? That's
I
what
can
it came down to.
I can see if you don't have confidence in the kicker and you wanted to go for it on 4th, like I said. But yeah, I just don't get it, man. It's just. And you're right. He does come up. He does come up. Big balls. Chip has some very small balls on in some of these games, and you're supposed to be the offensive genius. Like, make it happen, man. It's just, I'm just so frustrated. I'm done. Oh man.
Well, you got any comments?
Yeah, this is a tough one today. It's not easy. Uh, Not easy at all.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about our defense because I think this is the area which really disappointed me, especially the run defense. I mean, every first down, Jonathan Stewart was getting like 7 to 8 yards. He was always finishing off his runs with, plowing ahead for an extra 2 yards. And when you run the ball effectively on first down, especially for Carolina, the way that they like to run it, they run the ball more than any other team in the NFL. It sets up manageable third down situations. If you're in a 3rd and 2, I mean, that's just perfect for the read option they like to run with Cam. I mean, you can keep the ball, give it to Stewart. They were continually ahead of the chains. This is why they won the game, I think. I mean, The offense, yeah, we like to talk about it, but I think the defense was a problem last night. Even though it's hard to hate on them because they've been so good, they still forced 3 turnovers, but their run defense wasn't good last night.
Yeah, I mean, got to give credit to the Panthers and really Jonathan Stewart and Tolbert. I mean, they really ran the ball down our throat. They were just pounding the ball, especially at the end of the game, getting just 5 or 6 yards when they're trying to run out the clock. So we couldn't do anything about it. And I mean, it's really tough for me to hate on this defensive line and our linebackers. We had a streak there where we were holding the individual rushers to under 100 yards. So yeah, I mean, it's tough. They didn't have a good day, but I can't put it on them. It was just they just had a bad day. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So can't put it on them. It all goes back. Our run defense. They're gonna have a game like that every now and about 10 or 12 games. So it just happens.
Yeah, you said it was the first time in 18 games you're giving up over 100 rushing yards. I mean, it can't be perfect. It was bound to happen. But it's strange against you knew going in that the Panthers run the ball more than anybody, and if anybody knows Jonathan Stewart, it's Chip Kelly, who was his offensive coordinator at Oregon. So you know the kind of back he is. You should have maybe talked to Billy Davis a little more about how to go about hitting those gaps with our linebackers and D line, but. Yeah, I mean, Stewart just plowed through the holes, got over 120 rushing yards. Tolbert, I mean, try to see Maxwell try to tackle him, that was kind of comical. He's a big boy, so he's hard to bring down. And then Cam, he had a touchdown too. He's a big quarterback and that can run. So yeah, you got to give credit to the Panthers. They ran the shit out of the ball, but. I mean, the offense still should have put up more than 16 points. I mean, period. So you can't blame the defense.
Well, my thing coming in was, I thought the defense would hold Cam under 20 points and we'd score over 20 points, and I thought that's why we'd win. I thought it would be a 20-19 kind of game, something like that. And we gave up 27 points. There was they scored touchdowns instead of field goals. We kicked field goals instead of scored touchdowns, and that's what it really came down to. The one point that really kind of disappointed me, you have a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the Panthers. We commit 2 offsides penalties. This leads to a touchdown. And, it was just that kind of night for the defense, just a little bit off their game. And, this goes back to, you can't expect this every game out. And this is why, last week I made the point of, if your offense plays like it did against the Giants, you're not going to win the game. And, you're not going to beat teams like the Panthers and teams like Green Bay, teams like Seattle, and this is kind of what we saw last night.
Yeah, I mean, it's the run defense as bad as they played. I mean, our secondary, really kind of made up for it with those 3 interceptions. And I mean, if you're to say, our defense had an off night and they still had 3 interceptions, I mean, that says a lot about our defense, and it also says a lot of offense and their inability to score points. Just really, really frustrating that our offense wasn't able to turn those turnovers into touchdowns, and well, that was the deciding factor in the game.
Yeah, what on the 3 turnovers? I think we only got 3 points off those 3 turnovers. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think it was just 3, and that's I think I heard that, and then that's pathetic. Especially like the secondary made those great plays, Jenkins and Maxwell and Carroll, but yeah, you can't just get 3 points off 3. You win. You look at the box score. You win the turnover battle. You ran 80 plays. You had almost 200 rushing yards and like 200 passing yards. You would you would think they'd be good enough to win the game. Just about as many first downs as the Panthers, but it's just I still think it comes down to, like I said earlier, the drop passes and missed opportunities.
I think they lost because they dropped the ball and they couldn't stop the run. I think that's what it came down to. The secondary actually played pretty well. I thought Carroll got burned a little bit, but Byron Maxwell played really nice game. I thought he was pretty good. Jenkins, I mean, unbelievable interception. The secondary continues to be a strength for the Eagles. But I want to say this too about the Panthers defense. I mean, that defense is stifling. It's hard to run against them. We like to run the sweep play. Well, you can't run the sweep play against this defense. They got Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis. Those guys are lightning fast and stopping the run along the edges. So they were doing a phenomenal job there. You got Josh Norman. He's, quickly becoming top 10 cornerback in the NFL, maybe even top 5. He's unbelievable. You look at Kawan Short they have on the D-line. He's a really, really good player, really, really underrated. Not too many people know about him. He's a really good defensive tackle. They have a lot of pieces that are really good. And, it was tough to expect the offense to do a lot against this defense. So, I kind of thought the offense did what I thought they would do. Unfortunately, the drops were killer. But I did expect the defense to stop Jonathan Stewart a little bit more. And that's kind of, the disappointing thing. But, it is hard to get mad at him because it's been 18 games. But this is something the Panthers do well. And, when we do struggle in the run defense, it is against the big, kind of powerful run-based teams. Like Frank Gore was the last guy that got 100 yards on us, and that's what San Francisco was. They like to maul you in the run game.
Yeah, it really all goes back to the drops, and for our offense, it's really tough to get into any type of rhythm when you're dropping the ball 7 times in a game. It's just unacceptable. So, that's the reason why they got nothing done on offense. And then you're even talking about when you're talking about drops in the end zone or Jordan Matthews not getting 2 feet down. There's 14 points right there. So if you can't capitalize on opportunities like that against a good defense like we're talking about, then you're in trouble. And that's what happened.
Yeah, it's just such a disappointing game, man. And like you said, the run defense has been great, but we saw some mistakes by our boy Benny Logan there, and they didn't have a great game. I think he was the one that was like back-to-back encroachments when they were inside the 10. So yeah, gotta give credit to the Panthers. They did run. They ran all over us, man. First time in since last year.
Yeah, that reverse play.
Oh, who was on that? Who was in the game at linebacker there?
Oh, Marcus Smith made an appearance, and he didn't play the reverse very well.
No, I don't think he knows how to play at all. He didn't stay at home on that play. He just watched. He just said, "Oh, hi Ted, bye Ted."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was a big chunk of their rushing yards. Yeah, about a quarter of their rushing yards, almost 25% of their rushing yards in that one play.
You know what's funny? I would probably rather have the Panthers receiving core than ours. And we make they got made fun of so bad, when Kelvin Benjamin got hurt. But you know what? Ted Ginn's better than anything we have right now. Philly Brown, I'd take him.
Oh, dude, give me Todd Pinkston and James Thrash again. Come on. They've put up better years through week 7 in any year that McNabb had them, and then the stats that Cooper and Austin and Matthews have right now, it's a joke.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really it's pathetic.
Oh boy. Devin Funchess, he's a keeper.
Oh.
God, he stinks.
And his name isn't Philly Brown anymore. He went back to Corey Brown, the receiver for the Panthers.
So yeah, because he's so embarrassed by how the way the Eagles have to be playing. It's got to be what it is. Uh, yeah, I mean, all right. So we recap the game a little bit, but you know, it is a really really bad taste in your mouth because we have to taste this loss for 2 weeks because we're going to a bye, and it is it's a terrible taste. It's awful. It's like a combination of apricots and onions. It's a terrible taste. But can this team turn it around? Can second half of the year? Can they win some games? Can they go say 9-7 and win the NFC East? What do you guys think?
If the offense continues to play like this, then it's pretty simple. It's not going to happen. The offense has to get a lot better. They've got to put together some consistent football in order to, you know, start to match the defense because, the defense can only take this team so far. And at some point, you're going to need your offense to put up some points and not just settle for field goals and not have a quarterback that's going to throw interceptions in the red zone. So if they want anything to happen, they well first they got to learn how to catch the ball. That's really got to start. I mean it's pretty simple. If these receivers continue to drop the ball, then I mean this is what you're going to expect to see the rest of the year, just sloppy play.
I'm gonna swallow that bad taste this week and just look forward to Saturday night in
Oh,
Philadelphia where there's a game. Okay, so we'll get to that maybe later for my final thoughts. But um, can the Eagles turn it around? Wonder what Chip's thinking about during this bye week. Is he gonna ponder something new to give to the Cowboys in week 9? Is he gonna Well, he better have a different game plan than we did in week 2 against the Cowboys. I'll say that. They'll probably have Des Bryant back. It's going to be Castle throwing the ball, but yeah, that's if we lose that, and just start off after the bye. If we lose to the Cowboys, the season is pretty much done. We're too far being too far of a hole. So beat the Cowboys. We're 4-4. There's winnable games coming up. I think Dolphins are tough, but I think you give us a loss to the Dolphins. I think we beat Tampa and the Lions. And I was going through the schedule. I can see 9 wins, and that's if we get something going. But if we're playing like this, we're not going to beat anybody. We could end up 6-10. I mean, if we keep playing like this, we really could. It's just sad, but I see possibility for 9 wins with the generosity of the schedule, and that should win the division. I think with the way this division is.
yeah, they just need to put themselves in a position to have a chance the last 4 weeks. That's kind of the way I look at it, and the way the slate kind of sets up, they have a good chance of building up some momentum because you have some mediocre teams on the schedule the next couple weeks. Next, 4 games. Is it 4 games, 3 games heading into the New England game? You have at Dallas. That's surely winnable. Revenge on your mind, you would think. You have Tampa Bay at home. I mean, that looks winnable. Miami at home. It's winnable, but Miami's playing better. And you have who
The
am I
Lions.
missing?
The
And
Lions.
Detroit on Thanksgiving. So, is 4-0 expected? Maybe, maybe not. You're probably more realistically looking at 3-1. You'll probably lose either Miami or Detroit. Maybe we'll see. And then the last, 4 games, because we know we're not beating New England. That's not happening. So the last 4 games, you get Buffalo at home, Arizona at home. You'd love to sweep them, but we'll see. They're both winnable, I think, but Arizona's tough. And you got Washington at home. I think that's a win. And then you close the season in New York. I think New York is winnable. I don't think they're very good. So the 2 key games for me are Buffalo and Arizona. I think you got to win both of them, but you're more realistically probably going to win one of them. And if you win one, maybe you go 9-7. If you win both, then I think you can win the division. That's the way I'm kind of looking at it.
Yeah, I mean the thing with that is, they like I said, They got to play a lot better on offense because even if we get to 9 wins, win the division, and say that we're still kind of in the same situation with this offense, then we're not going to win a playoff game. So they've got to figure out a way to get more consistent on offense.
Yeah, we keep saying the same thing every week. We need to find a way to be more consistent, fix the drops, fix the turnovers, fix this, fix that. It's and yeah, I haven't seen it yet. We've still been inconsistent all year, so we'll find out after the bye. But yeah, you absolutely have to cut out the drops, red zone turnovers, stupid mistakes, and you got to capitalize on opportunities when they're there, and capitalize on turnovers, and when we do get them. And there's so much wrong with this team. It'll be tough to get to 9 wins, but if we can turn it around, you gotta hold on to you gotta have hope on something, right? You gotta hold on to hope for something, or else what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, I think 9-7 is a realistic expectation. I think it's possible. Um, Chip's teams always kind of start off slow a little bit. Even last year, I mean, the record didn't really reflect kind of how they were playing. They didn't really play that well, and then they kind of they played better. They faltered down the stretch. Chip's first year they started 3-5. They got hot. So we'll see. I mean, the next 4 games are you could easily win all 4 of them, and we'll see what happens. Patriots game obviously lost, so I mean they're in a position to succeed, but can they actually do it? I mean, we'll see. Chip's got to do a lot of things on the drawing board, a lot of changes. I want to see some more Ryan Matthews in the second half of the year. So heading into the last 9 games, yeah, name a player you want to see more. I just said Matthews. He's got to get double-digit carries. That's simple every game. I mean, he makes plays out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, I'll go with Matthews too, but besides that, I would say Aguilar. Talked him out a bit earlier, and definitely think that he's another guy that going forward here, they really have to get involved. I mean, drafted him in the first round. Got to see what this guy can do. It's tough to say if the games that he's played here early in the season, if it's just Bradford not seeing him or Aguilar not getting open. But yeah, I would go with Aguilar.
So you guys both went offense. I got a guy on defense. Let's see some more Kiko Alonso after the bye once he gets healthy, and let's see what we can get from this trade with McCoy. He's played a game and a half. He's played maybe 5 or 6 quarters. So I like to see him lined up next to Jordan Hicks now that he's emerged. That's a pretty tantalizing young, fast combo there. So I don't know. I like to see more of Kiko and see get the most out of see what our investment in trading away McCoy actually gets us, because I think he'll be a big boost healthy.
Yeah, I mean that'd be huge, obviously, because I'll tell you right now, Michael Kendricks did not have a good game last night.
Wow.
He did not play well, and it's a little bit disappointing. It obviously he's had the nagging injuries coming in, but man, you just paid this guy some money, and he's not really performing right now. Obviously, we have confidence in him moving forward, but. Yeah, Kiko back with Hicks, man. That is a very, very tantalizing combo. Thinking down the stretch, we'll see what happens with that. So, I guess it is final thoughts time. I mean, we basically ran through the whole entire game. We talked about expectations, after the bye, all that stuff. So, yeah, let's. You know what? We don't need to say final thoughts because we are excited about Temple football. So let's just spend the next couple of minutes talking about TU.
Oh, that's a team. Oh, we're 7-0, first time ever, 21st ranked in the nation. College game day all day Saturday is going to be an independent small. I'm going to be down there repping my colors. I'm gonna be all over the city. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the game, but I'll be at the bars, and it's just gonna be a great time to be in the city. I think the whole city's gonna rally behind them. Um, you know, I think the line came out at 9.5. It's under double digits for the Owls. I smell an outright.
Mike?
So, yeah, boy. I mean, hey, you got Temple's the best football team in Philly right now. So you gotta hand it to Temple Owls. They're playing well, man. A lot better than the Eagles, and they got some receivers that can actually catch the ball. So yeah, it's really going to be an exciting matchup. Obviously, you guys going to Temple, it's a big one for you guys. So I mean, going against Notre Dame at the Link, it's going to be an exciting atmosphere, and I think it's good for the city, and plus it's also a Temple weekend because the Eagles are on a bye, so Temple gets the whole weekend to themselves.
Yeah, man. Respect the T, baby. I love it.
I love it.
Respect it. And Jihad Thomas is a stud muffin.
Oh,
Wow. The way he can bounce to the outside and cut and wiggle, he is unbelievable.
He's a great prospect, man. I have high hopes for him. He's top 5 in the nation in all-purpose yards.
Yeah, I mean, imagine his receiving skills in the flat, making 101 moves in space. I mean, this is what he does. He makes people miss. He'd be a great fit for this offense. I mean, you got to replace Darren Sproles in a couple of years. Shit, Jihad Thomas.
Hey.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm so excited, dude. It's gonna be an awesome time.
It's surreal that they're 7-0. It's unbelievable.
My freshman year, our freshman year, we had 0 wins.
Yeah.
Second year, 1 win. So eventually, before I graduated, we got to a bowl game, which is great. But now that how we're ranked in my lifetime, hell yeah.
It's freaking awesome. And yeah, I mean, we got a guy that can catch the ball. We got a couple guys. I mean, sign them up to the practice squad. Bring them in. But yeah, I mean, the defense is playing really well. Line's 9.5, but you know what? Notre Dame, it's not the same Notre Dame this year in terms. They lost their quarterback. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think an upset is possible.
That would be phenomenal.
Dude, can you imagine? Oh, Temple in one of those Big Six games, going to play, I don't know, go to the Peach Bowl or something.
Dude, they're talking about if we go undefeated the whole year. I heard that they could consider us for the the Final Four, one of the Final Four for the BCS champ. Could you imagine Temple wins the BCS championship? Oh my God, I'd go streaking down Broad Street.
Yeah, unfortunately, Temple is never going to get recognized for being a top 4 team. But maybe you can play I don't know. You go undefeated. Maybe you play a team I don't know, Michigan. I don't know, in the Peach Bowl. Those are the kind of teams you're looking at. Maybe who's I don't think they're good enough to play LSU. I think LSU will be in a bigger game, but one of those type of teams. Maybe a Clemson. Maybe you play Clemson. Maybe you play Florida State. I mean, that'd be awesome. Peach Bowl. Yeah. I want to go to the Peach Bowl. I want to go to Atlanta.
Or the Cotton Bowl or Sugar Bowl or something.
Oh, the good old Cotton Bowl. Go to Dallas.
Oh, yeah, exciting time, man. And luckily, we don't have to worry about the Eagles losing this week. So.
Yeah. See you, baby. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I really am. I might even do a show for it.
Nice.
So I'll do a little preview video for the game. But yeah, man. Dude, I can't wait. So yeah, man. Disappointed, with the Eagles yesterday, but Temple is going to keep me off, the Eagles from being on my mind. So go Owls, and we'll see what happens. And this is where we're going to end the show. So you guys have anything else to say?
Let's just move on and get on. Hopefully things improve after the bye. And coming out of the bye, the Dallas game, it's going to be a huge game. So we'll see if the Eagles can make the adjustments that they need to make. But they've got a lot of things that they have to work on. Positive thing is they're going to be getting some guys back from injury, so they're going to be healthy. You're going to get Kiko back, you're going to get Brandon Bear back, and you're going to get Aguilar back. So hopefully these guys can help because they need all the help they can get right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The injury, getting guys back healthier is a big plus, and I'll just say, catch the damn ball.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Maybe you go to a jugs machine and you put some peanut butter on your hands. I don't know, but you maybe make it a little bit more slippery. I don't know what you can do to fix drops. You can only hit the jug machine a certain amount of times, but yeah, I mean this was not an easy show to do. We kind of plucked through it. We got through it, so thank God, and hopefully you can just. All you can do is hope, like Jeremy said earlier, just hope that they can get on a little bit of a run, get a spark going offensively. You got some winnable games coming up, so that's really all you can hope for right now. So on the Big D, got to beat Dallas off the bye. I mean that's must win, obviously. So that's all you can hope for right now. Got to get on a run. So with that being said, we're out of here. Jeremy Burton, Mike Owens. I'm Adrian Fedhue. Go Birds. Damn.
Go other bird. Go Owls.
Go Owls. Okay, we'll go with the Go Owls today.
Wrong week for Go Birds, man. They're off.
Go Owls, baby.
Owls.
See, we never say Go Owls because they always suck.
Keep for Temple, baby. Get it.
Mike, I know your girlfriend went to St. Joe's, so I'm sure she probably hates the Owls right now.
Oh. Huck, what is it? Huck the Fox, remember?
Huck the Fox, yeah.
Huck the Fox. Switch it around and you get the idea.
Yeah, no, I think everyone's happy for Temple right now. I think it's good for the city.
Oh, it's great for the city. And, yeah, go beat the Irish, baby. Go beat Notre Dame. All right, we're out of here. Later.
But